Hey YouTube, what should I review? Yeah, I know it's just a day past Halloween, but I've went to the cinema and seen this movie, and I thought it would be a good time reviewing it. And this is my favorite horror film, The Shining. It is directed by Stanley Kubrick, who is one of my personal favorite directors of all time, in the top 5 easily, and he's directed films such as Doctor Strangelove, 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, Metal Full Jacket, and tons of other films he's done. And The Shining is one of his, and it stars Jack Nicholson and the other cast as well in this movie. And this is based on Stephen King, who does not like the actual film of The Shining. Yeah, look it up. He does not like the actual film. Yes, guys. If you remember last year, 2016, my horror movie review was Halloween, the original Halloween. This year, this is the big one for me. But if you remember back, I said that I'm not too into horror films, too many horror films, because it's hard to get through sometimes. But this is the biggest one for me. This is the big one. I am reviewing my favourite horror movie of all time, The Shining, which was released in 1980. 1980 is like one of my favourite years for movies. You know, it has Raging Bull, Superman 2, The Elephant Man, and of course Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, and The Shining. And guys, I went to see this in the cinema, and what can I tell you guys? This is probably the best film I have seen in the cinema, guys. I am actually serious. I've seen this movie before I went to see it in the cinema, and I'm so glad I got to see it in theatres. First of all, this is one of those movies out there that you look at. Kubrick made that. Now, I want to leave school and go to tech and go to college and study photography. I want to do photography. I want to do short films first, then do some longer films. I want to have some friends help me with ideas to certain films, to write, to be a writer and direct. And that's really my plan for the future, hopefully. The Shining is one of those movies that inspires me to be a filmmaker. And what can I tell you, guys? And guys, this is going to contain spoilers. If you have not seen this, guys, do not watch this. And what are you doing? Let's get into this. Okay, so the film basically starts off with this beautiful view, and then it gets into the opening title with the Torrance family in the car going to the hotel. It shows the cast and everything, what it's about The Shining, and then they arrive at the hotel, and then Jack Torrance, played by Jack Nicholson. What can I tell you, guys? Jack Nicholson is like one of the best actors out there, who's in A Few Good Men and Tim Burton's Batman, and he's been in some plenty of other good movies. And this performance right here is like his best performance, and this is one of the best performances I have seen. Jack Torrance is a wonderful good guy, known bad, because later on he turns bad. From Wendy Torrance and Danny Torrance, who's played by Danny Lloyd, and they get in their room 237, this is very different. It's a very different to the book, because even though I haven't read the book, because most adaptations to movies are different. And let me and some of the scenes where Jack Torrance goes to the bar is one of the best scenes in the film. And also, guys, not to mention the blood coming out the lift, the elevator, is just intense. Just the blood and everything. And the score, guys, is creepy as shit. I mean, this is like one of the best scores I've ever heard in a movie. If there was a soundtrack of it, I would definitely buy it for myself. And I really love the scene where Danny Torrance goes on his wee bicycle. Just, it's like going in one take. It's just so cool and everything. And the scene where he meets the two girl twins is just frightening as shit. I mean, I am not joking to you guys. There was one scene in this movie where that teared me up, and it was this scene where Jack Torrance was starting to not feel well. It made me tear up because of the score and everything. And the score, like I just said earlier, is fantastic. And of course, guys, who doesn't love that Here's Johnny scene later on in the final act of the film, where Jack Torrance turns bad at Wendy and Danny and just tries to kill them. And then he's like, where's that knife gone? Sorry, guys. Never mind. I'll find it another time. Anyways, I love how Jack Torrance, he's like, through the doors and everything. It's so good. It's like one of the best scenes in a horror film that can ever do. Psychological horror films, in my opinion, are the best types of horror films. Like Halloween is a psychological horror film. It is a psychological horror film. And then the second door, Jack Torrance breaks through, and then he peeks his head through. Here's Johnny. It's just so intense. And then then Jack chases Danny in the maze and everything. The maze scene is intense and creepy. The light and everything. And I love how it's in snow and light. And the cinematography is fantastic. This is definitely a movie that is inspired by many movie fans, and including myself. It's inspired some certain movie reviewers just like me today. And overall, guys, The Shining, I can talk about it all day. I'm not going to talk about everything. I don't do that in all movie reviews, but anyways, this film overall, guys, is just a fantastic horror film. It's my favourite horror film of all time. And just everything about it. Jack Nicholson's performance as Jack Torrance is creepy. Danny Lloyd, who plays Danny Torrance, is also fantastic. I forgot who played Wendy Torrance, but she was also great as well. And the other guys as well are also fantastic. Lloyd is the guy who goes to see the bar, Jack Torrance. Lloyd is also great in this movie as well, whoever played him. Just the elevator scene, the bicycle scene, the door bashing scenes, the Here's Johnny scene, the score, the opening, the ending is just fantastic. And I love that photograph with Jack Torrance. It's a black and white photo that you see at the very end of the movie. And guys, if you couldn't, and on my rating scale, guys, if you couldn't have guessed it, The Shining, without question, gets a 10 out of 10. And if you guys have not seen The Shining, please watch it. That's the favour for you guys. Alrighty guys, that was my review on The Shining. And here are my questions to you. What do you think of The Shining? What's your favourite horror film? What horror movie would you like me to review next year in 2018? And let me know below. As always, comment, like, and guys, give me a second. I'll be back. Just a wee quick channel update. I've got this Blade Runner 2049 poster. I know it's taken me forever to review this, guys, but I am busy as hell, guys, with school and everything. And I hopefully going to see Thor Ragnarok. And you see that old Joker poster? That's really ripped now. So that's going to go down. And then this poster will go next to Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I got this at the Odeon Cinema. This poster is so cool. And guys, as always, comment, like, and subscribe. All my social media links are in the description below. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And on Letterboxd, where you can do reviews on movies. Make sure to click on the notification bell before you get out and leave, whatever. And as always, until my next review, I will see you guys next time, and peace.